Hi there, and welcome to Andy Robinson RC. Cheers for joining us today and checking out the channel. Right, well, I'm sure a lot of you did see this, but if you haven't, this is the Tamiya Egress Black Edition that came out in late 2022. This was a popular video in the end, so thanks to everyone who watched all the videos on this. If you haven't seen those, I'll put a link into the description of this video. Anyway, when I built this up originally, the plan was I wanted to put in a Tamiya super stock BRZ motor. That's what I wanted to go in the car, and it would finished off the spec and how I wanted the car to look. Anyway, I couldn't get one at the time, or I could, and it was silly money, and I wasn't prepared to pay the money that some people were asking. So I thought I'd bide my time, and anyway, I fitted a sport tune motor in originally, and that's how we drove it first time out, and it was all right. It wasn't too bad. It was good fun, but it just needed a bit more. So anyway, a month or so later, I did find a BRZ stock motor, which if you just turn it there, you can just sort of see it there, and it finished. It went with the car nicely. It tied in with the blue and everything, so it just looked right with the car. But anyway, I found one at a, well, it wasn't cheap as chips or anything, but it was a more sensible price, so I thought, right, I'll get one of those. And as I promised back then, I said I would bring out the Egress again and would give it another run, as I intended it. So that's what we're doing today. So we're not at Stanley Park either, we're at Watson Road Park, somewhere near St Anne's and between Blackpool. And anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to put it on the ground, and we're going to give it a bit more of a blast. Now, the last time this was out, it was soaking wet and the car was absolutely covered. But today, it is a lot drier. I wouldn't say damp, but it has obviously rained the last few days. But it is a lot drier than it has been. But the ground is a bit sandy in places as well. But we'll see how this goes anyway. So there you go, there it is in all its glory, looking good in the sunlight. So anyway, let's hit the throttle and let's see what it's like on this new motor. It's definitely nippier, that. I mean, it's actually the same turn as the sports tune motor. They're both 23 turn motors, but these are rebuildable and they have more RPM, so it definitely zips along a lot better. I don't think I've driven this car since I last filmed it. I haven't really had the chance to do that, but yeah, it is cool. What have I got wrapped around it? Like some feathery something. Lovely. Anyway. It does ride really nicely. It's ground's fairly bumpy, so it's soaking up those really nicely. I'm going to try and take that off. It's really doing my head in that. It's got some like cotton wool or something wrapped around it. Animal hair, sheet, who knows. That's better. That was really distracting, that. But yeah, that is definitely cool. Loving it. Now, originally at one point I was thinking of setting a bit of a course up, nearly on two wheels there, and pitching it against the Schumacher Pro Kart Classic that I had, but in the end I had to sell that, so we can't do that, but I may find something else to do a similar test with. That is cool. There we go. Just have to stand there a minute. Sorry about this. Won't be a sec. That's it when you come to the park. Dogs like to play with cars.